Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. We're paused because I was making things and I finally figured out that I legitimately am pissed. Embers Rekindled is the exact fucking same way that I remember it fucking years ago. The same goddamn thing. It's a pain in the ass. And it never tells you the full recipe. It never tells you the recipe. And then you've got to work out from like the 7 different things that you already have done. So basically it's just a pile of annoying trash. Without meaning to be a piece of annoying trash. Oh man, that is going to be the shittiest fucking thing ever. Of like, well, unfortunately, this is this. I do not remember. But yeah, no, so the problem that I have with Linux right now is kind of funny, but not at the same time. So I legitimately ran out of memory. That was it. That was our only problem. I was going up to 100% and then Linux was just basically shutting everything down. And that was it. That was the only issue, which is kind of funny. The reason for that one is technically because it doesn't have a swap page. Which technically you don't need a swap page, but technically you do. I'm lazy. So I was doing it this way because I know that for a fact that I have to do it some other way. And then we've got this, right? You want to know what the successful one is for this seed? 3 fucking silver aspectuses. Gotta be hilarious. Alright, so we've got lead, we've also got iron there. Iron, technically, copper is abundant. So that won't allow us to do any of that. Actually, you know what we need? We need another chest. Get me another chest! Haha! So the problem that we're going to end up having is legitimately... Copper into the abundant metals is legitimately... We can either, 1, do it creatively, in a creative world, or we can do it this way. Now, what can happen is basically, it could all require 5 dawnstone, or 4 dawnstone and 1 copper. Or it could all be iron and spectus at 5. Bitch, you're telling me that no matter what I do, I'm gonna be frustrated as shit. That's when a mod is so fucking bad. Hands fucking down if the mod developer of Embers ever fucking finds this, right? Do not make this be the thing, because you're stuck going, right, I need to do this, 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 or this. And then it fails, and then you're left going round in a circle and around in a circle. And then when you get it, okay, this works, it should be pale. There's no fucking pale there, right? Which means... it's the wrong aspectus. This needs to be clearer, because, like, that doesn't mean anything to me. Is this slot supposed to represent that one? Or is it that one that's supposed to represent that one? So no. This is one of the shittest fucking mod designs I can ever safely say, just solely based on there's chests in there, just solely based on the fact that no matter what you do, it is so trial and error that it's not worth it. It genuinely is not worth having to use the mod. And that's annoying. Because it's a mod. It should not cause you pain and misery. It should not cause you pain and misery. But, unfortunately, it does. So, we're just going to have to, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, I guess? Yeah, 1, 2, 3, and then 2 there. That's 5. Cool. Right. Now that we have the rant over and everything else like that, which is fantastic. Not one iota is that fantastic. Ever. So we got lead, iron, and silver already there. Fan-dabidozi. We've also got iron, which is common, right? Now, the problem that we're going to end up running into is the salt still requires us to do the calcation. Unfortunately, in this mod, there is no automated way to take it out. If you pull out of there, it only pulls the main ingredient. So if you put like 6 stacks of dirt in there, it's just going to genuinely do that. And it's never going to finish cooking any of them. So it's funny. Totally funny that, like, the mod isn't built for automation. But, you know, I'm sure that it will fix itself eventually. Yeah, I used all of my gold last night trying to figure out all of that. So we're gonna have to do this one. Although, to be honest, I definitely am enjoying the pack regardless of the problems that we have with one of the mods. It's still technically like it's a good idea. You know what I mean? And I haven't had a good pack in a while. That's like, okay, you want to finish me, right? Yes, technically I do. We should probably make just like all of these, just 15. Well, 14 actually, because we don't have the rest of that one. So I'm hoping that there's no memory leaks with this mod pack. I've reduced it to 8 gigs. So it shouldn't kill the pack as long as it doesn't have a memory leak. And if there's a memory leak in Firefox, I'm fucked. I don't think there's going to be a memory leak in veish'du, but if there is, I'd be sad by that. Purified milk. The milk is pure. The milk is pure. The only other thing that I can sit there off the top of my head, my brain is just like, lizard. I hate it. I hate that meme, but at the same time, I don't. Because it's funny. It's one of those funnies where you're like, we shouldn't be laughing at the brain rot, but it's still funny. Lizard, 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 lizard. No, no, no lizard. No fucking lizard, motherfucker. Lizard, 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 lizard. No, burn the lizard. I've been slightly thinking about what, like, the thing is, all I have to do for my... I want to say fan base, but I technically don't have one right now. I kind of want to have demons, but I kind of want to have... I kind of want to design a soul. There's a fuck ton of shit that I want to design. I also pulled out the RAM sticks from the older PC that I've got waiting for the PSU that I'm going to order. I didn't realize that I had 2 4-gig sticks in there and one 16. I don't even know what that is. 16 plus 4 equals 10. Right? No, that would be 20, so it's 24 gigs. Sorry, I'm not great with math, okay? So, you know, my brain is just like, haha! That's what I want to do. I want to actually get... Yeah. What I want to get is I want to get, mascot drawn. So once I'm finished with all the computery stuff, depending on who it is, I'm going to take a look at getting a mascot made. And I'm probably gonna have to actually like talk to the person over Discord and be like, right, so this is kind of my idea, and technically a plasma globe was the idea for the soul. Because it was the best way to describe a soul in my idea. Keep fucking worried that I'm gonna right click and it throws it in there. But like, if you actually think about the concept of the soul in itself being just pure energy, it would be like a tiny fucking neutron. It would be technically like a star. So it'd be a full circle of just a ball of energy. And if it's technically outside of its containment vessel, aka a body, it would just start to expand. So it would start off small, and then it would expand and expand and expand. But that's like a technically a decaying star. So what would cause the soul to stay in that shape or form? Technically, you could say magic. But that's just a cop-out. That's a cop-out in my eyes. Because it's like, okay, so how do you keep a soul from drifting away and everything else like that? Oh, magic. Because demons can actually harvest the souls out of the body, so it's kind of like contained in it. Okay, so we need a containment vessel that would actually work to contain a ball of energy so that it doesn't leak, escape, or expand. Because technically it would expand and dissipate, right? If it's just pure energy. Because, you know, it would dissipate into heat and everything else like that. So you're kind of left with, like, nothing at all. So, I mean, for me, that's only 8. I don't know. I don't know how you would actually What? Okay, cool. Like, for me, I wouldn't know at all. At fucking all how you would technically sit there and be like, this is how to make this. It'd be like, honestly, I don't know, man. I mean, we could technically go the Star Trek way and be like, okay, these are pattern enhancers, but they're not really pattern enhancers. They're just technically a fucking line that's drawn that boosts the signal in there. So it'd be a signal amplifier, which is technically just what the pattern enhancers are. They amplify the signal from fuck knows, God knows, magic crappy way and all that jazzy shit. But I don't know. Oh. Magic failing to throw something into a pot of cauldron water. I don't know. Like, technically, even the... like, the mascot itself, technically, like, would it grow? Technically, it... I'd love to have a sub-goal that just starts off as that ball of energy and then it slowly forms into a demon. I don't know whether that would be allowed in the rules or not. One, it would have to be fully clothed, which begs the question of, if demons aren't actually wearing clothing, it legitimately is a perception filter. Well, it wouldn't be perception filter, it would be legitimately clothes conjured up by science or magic. And magic clothes sounds fucking hilarious. In a way, because it's like, alright, cool. You could choose anything that you want and you choose a suit. Yeah, it's gotta be professional. I'm sitting there going, someone's got basically what's considered a... it's a headphone splitter. Not headphone splitter. So basically it's the 3.5mm jack female version that splits off into the microphone. Yeah, it's a splitter. Microphone and headphone. And they're like, how do I use it? And I'm like, oh god, no, please, motherfucking no. And I'm like, how do you even explain that to someone that's probably never seen that technology before? And that's crazy. To me, it's crazy that someone can be like, well, unfortunately, due to the way that nature works, and then due to the fact that the technology of, but then again, like, as technology advances, we use less and less technology to plug in. So, eventually, we probably will be just genuinely using a fucking VR headset that connects to a fucking box in the corner. Or less. Just genuinely the headset that you stick on and that's it. And lay down and then that's it. That's your entire gaming PC. How do you control it? Due to the fact that we can actually technically control robotic arms, or prosthetic, sorry, Robotic arms and prosthetics technically are two different things, but in this context are technically the same. It'd be interesting. I do love how my brain didn't instantly go, you know, the only way to make gold was to get this changed and then pick it up. I'm kind of glad that my brain didn't go that way and then go, well, that kind of sucks. Because we got that part, which is now filled up with all of what we need. It's filled up with the water, so we only need to turn around and basically make, well, we just need to throw the copper in there with some water and sugar. I think. Probably crops. It's probably going to be crops instead of sugars, which is fine. Oh, man. Okay, yeah, no. So if we hit an hour streaming and it still hasn't crashed, I'll just keep going. If it does crash, I'll just start it back up. Starts it back up. Why, motherfucker? Yeah, no. The only thing that I can think of is it gets to like 80-90% and then it's like, we are going to be activating the shutting down service. Like, Linux does it automatically, unfortunately. Which is fine, because it's one of those things of where it's kind of a learning service of you gotta learn how Linux is. I mean, imagine Windows does that instead of just fucking crashing the main computer. It just kills the main processes that are using up your RAM. It'd be like, the motherfucking what's happening now? You'd be like golden, because it would just pop up with a ding. Unfortunately, you have ran out of memory. To protect this computer, Windows has decided to disable the current applications that were using up the most RAM. Hands down. So many people would be like, bitch, motherfucker, what? And then they learn that Windows did that to protect itself. And then it's like, you're telling me that I don't have to worry if my computer crashes because Windows has got my back. That's what it should be for an operating system. And unfortunately, with Windows, it's not. What does that actually do? Amulet of the Heretic. Yeah, I don't need that right now. Alchemy. Okay, so we do need the digestion vat, which means we're gonna need a Dawnstone plate, tainted gold. I need to figure out where the waste is that we need for... for the one thing that we actually had. Okay. Fuck. The pale ones. What was the pale ones again? I'm pretty sure that was the wrong aspectus. Which means it's definitely not 2 iron. the fuck am I supposed to figure this one out, man? Genuinely. Just genuinely. It's so bad, man. It's one of those things where it's like, bruh. Like, as I said, we could technically jump into my nice handcrafted world of that one, but it's like, I don't want to do that. Because that's so fucking cheap that it's like, alright, to actually get things done, I did it with the other one because I was so fucking pissed off. Because it was one of those ones where it was like, well, unfortunately, you can't do anything about it. And it's like, so I got a choice. It can either be all of the asbestos, or none of it. And unfortunately, that's fucking dawnstone, that's copper. So these two makes no sense. If that's dawnstone there, the very last one, it's not dawnstone. So there only seems to be one dawnstone. Yeah, I don't fucking know what it's gonna be. I can barely guess. I don't understand why the person was like, okay, we'll use alchemy, but at the same time, we're gonna make it so difficult because we're gonna use a mod that's seed-based. It's genuinely seed-based. You could sit there and look up another person's world, and it's like, alright, cool, so we're gonna be using 2 iron and 1 silver, and then here's your archaic bricks. And I'm like, I've tried that. I tried 2 silver and 1 iron. So the last thing that I'm gonna have to do is try 3 fucking silver and then try 3 fucking iron. I tried the 3 iron in the creative world, and then I tried the fucking 3 silver, and it worked. And I was like, that's bullshit. And because it's seed based, I just recreated the world so that I could have the same seed, which is brilliant, but not at the same time. I don't know what you could replace with embers at all. I really don't. Because it's one of those things where it's like, well, what do you use to replace it? I don't know. But you make the recipes a little bit more forgiving because of it, and then it's like, it's a little bit lazy. Okay, so we do nothing. And people just complain. Yep. I don't know, I'm just fucking worried as shit. That's kind of crazy that I can do that. Cool. We've got one more of these crystals, right? Yeah, that one's Dawnstone, that one's copper, and that one's iron, right? We've already tried 2 Dawnstone and 1 copper. Which is ironic because these 2 are actually fine. The Sal Almanac Balls. What was the... The correct aspect on the wrong ingredient. On the wrong ingredient, which means the Dawnstone plate requires an iron aspectus. Okay. That's bad. That's fucking really weird. So we need that's what I get for moving it around. Okay, so we need copper and we need Dawnstone. So copper and Dawnstone, fan-fucking-tastic. Right, so we're doing it from here. Let's put you there and you there. Fantastic. Then the next one isn't iron, so it's either Dawnstone or copper. I hate the fact that this is seed-based, right? So this means absolutely fucking nothing. And my brain still goes, one of these recipes is not like the other. Right? So this pink one requires a fucking iron aspectus. No, it doesn't. That's the Dawnstone plate there. I just realized the reason why it says it's the correct aspect is because it's meant to be on something else, so... This one is there. Oh, man. Alright, let's slip to the night. So, in this regards, obviously we do need to make more Sal Almanac crystals anyway. I'm gonna take a picture of it, and if it fucking works, I'm just gonna make sure that I'm gonna be able to... It's gonna be one of those things where I don't think we're gonna have to remake make another one. Technically, I do need more of them, but I'm gonna go on the aspect of I might need to go for something else, like slamming against a fucking wall for half an hour. Right. So this does not require an iron aspectus. Yes, 2 tainted gold, Sal Almanac, then that, so you go there. We need the Sal Almanac crystal. Do we not have it? I could have sworn we... How in the fuck did we use up them? Oh. That's how we managed to use it up. Okay. Sal Almanac, 750 milliliters. We do not care. One of these is not like the others. Once I have one, it's going to be golden. Also, I just realized that technically we got 3 more tries. Damn it. Okay, so the Sal Almanac doesn't need an iron one. Okay, so let's try Dawnstone. Fucking bad. Right, that one doesn't require an iron one, so let's try copper. So fucking bad, man. So bad. Trial and error, number 783. He's going mad. No. Fire the laser. Oh man. Fire the laser. I can only hear that, and I think her name is Fran. I could be wrong. It might not be Fran, but as I said, I could be wrong, and this might be a complete another waste of, I was about to say memory. Yes, it's a waste of memory because it does not give me what I need. I'd fucking laugh my ass off if because I'm just fucking around and I managed to do it. But also, the Embers mod is a mod that a lot of people tend to avoid. So it's a very obscure mod that no one ever really likes using. Okay. So it's not iron. It probably never actually got to the iron. Yeah, it never got to the iron. Yeah, Dawnstone and copper. Right, the Sal Almanac. Dawnstone definitely was not on there. So the Dawnstone probably goes on there. Which means that genuinely, that copper one is going to go there. Oh, man. I love how it barely... Not barely. Barely is the wrong word. It can use up all of the, it doesn't use up all of the ingredients now, but at the same time, it's still one of those ones where you're left going, motherfucker. So obviously the Sal Almanac, definitely, the Dawnstone itself was a little bit too rich for that one. So maybe we're gonna try copper, because that's the last one we can actually fucking try. Although, to be honest, I'm actually looking forward to the PoE 2 stuff, because I might be playing it with people, which means I'm going to be like, hey, can I record the gameplay but not the audio of us talking? So it's going to be some silent gameplay from me of that stuff, because we totally... Well, one, I want to be able to do that so that I can... Okay, we need more Sal Almanac. Pump. Oh. That's funny. Apparently it doesn't like having two inputs. Which is weird. Ow. Tomorrow there won't be a stream, or if there will be, it'll be earlier in the morning. Cause I gotta go to a funeral. Well, I say funeral. Basically, I get to say goodbye to my grandmother. Because it's gonna be an open casket, basically, you get to see her face. And I wish I was joking. Like, that's the only thing that's my goodbye to my grandmother. Not my prerogative, because I would have rather have a church service. I know that I'm not religious in that terms of like, hey, you know, I don't believe in Christianity or anything else like that. But there's a certain order about, you go to a church, you have someone of a religious or non-religious thing essentially say a homage to a person. That's your goodbye to that person, because it's, you sit in silence, you realize that you have a lot of people around you. I realized I only need the aspectus. Okay. So you don't require Dawnstone, and you don't require iron, which means you require copper. So copper... Do we even have another copper? No, I have it in there. Safe to say that legitimately, I don't know, like for me, I don't know, I feel like basically one of the this will be the first time I've had to sit through something in a long time. So I'm not great with goodbyes. When I know they're final. I'm just not. It's... I don't know. I also love that, like, going off topic slightly, for YouTube's chat when you pop out, they have an avatar for that, but it's like no one ever sees that avatar unless you pop it out. And instead of it being YouTube related, they kind of just... I don't know what you describe it as. I love how this one on the very left hand side, this iron aspectus here is probably going to be wrong, and it's going to be like copper. Then I'm going to be like, you motherfucker. What? That makes no sense then. Just think about it, right? That one is maybe there. This just got even worse. This genuinely just got even worse for me. Because if this is not relative to the very first one there, it doesn't make any sense. It genuinely doesn't. Even if I use a creative world, by the way, it's still going to be a bit of a pain in the ass. Alright, one there. I'll need that. Code breaking slate. That. Fantastic. There we go. this is a pain in the ass, right? We don't need the backpack anymore. Fantastic. This could break in slate. Don't need that. Oh my god. Right. Just because I know for a fact that we're going to need shit ton of these, right? Right. So that's going to be the Sal Almanac there. What else do we need for that one? We're going to need a tainted gold. You're there, fantastic. We've already got the archaic brick in there as well. Dawnstone plates. One, two, three, four, five. There we go. Fantastic. Now, just to make sure that we've not got anything there, we're just going to go and break these two, and then we're just going to throw that in there. And throw that in there. Fantastic. So that is 5. Now, it shouldn't completely and utterly matter. Decorative pot. I swear to fuck, if I just randomly get this, I hate it. I hate that it is this annoying. It's just like, that's gonna be what? Okay, so the first 2 in here, if they are relative to this, is going to be green. Okay, so Sal Almanac does not need Dawnstone. Maybe. I say maybe because it's still a pain in the jacksy. Right, so Dawnstone does not work there. Does iron work there? And gold, fandabidosi. Okay, right? So we don't know, so we're just gonna change it 1 by fucking 1. Until we get what we need. That's all we can really do. Gonna be a waste. Okay. The archaic brick there, right?